Well, hi guys. This is Lower Fuzzy here at Simpsons Valley. And this is where I'm going to fish today. I thought I'd do a quick video explaining what I like about the lake, what's in it, some of the variants of the place, and how to approach it just for people if they ever want to come on here. Now, Lower Fuzzy is mostly and predominantly silverfish. It is bream, roach, rudd, some good tench, a few chub, some big perch up to £4 plus, some gudgeon, crucians, things like that. But it's a very varied lake, depending where you fish it, what time of year, things like that. Now, as I'm stood at it here, I've just come in through the gate over there. Now, you're completely tree lined. There's probably a stiff 15, maybe 20 mile an hour breeze today. And as you can see, the lake's pretty much still. It takes a fair wind to put anything on this lake. So you're well tree lined, you're well sheltered. Anything that's coming from the west or south breeze, you're fairly sheltered. North, you're also sheltered from these trees on this side. If it's coming over from the east and that, you will get a kicker, you know. And of course, east breeze is always terrible. If you fish it anywhere to this side to the left, it's shallow. So from this point where I am here, this is the first peg, if you will. It ranges from 2 foot right the way out to the island. You might get up to 3.5, and then all along the left-hand shoreline, it's about the same depth all the way across. It deepens off a little bit in the middle between the two islands, because there is 2 islands out there. So it does just over there. I don't know if you can make it out. It does deepen off between them. But this side, on the right, however, if I walk up here towards where I'm going to be fishing, you can almost make out my stuff over there on the far side of the peg. This side is the deepest part of the lake. And what it is from about, I always say from this little tree here to the right, this one here, this is where it starts to proper deepen off. Over here you've got about 3.5 to 4 foot. And then from this peg here, it goes 4 foot over to the next peg where it deepens off again to about 5 foot in front of you. I'm only talking at about a rod length and a half out, if that, you know. You do have a bit of a double shelf, you know, it drops and then drops again. But this peg here, this one's, yeah, a good 5 foot peg to 6 foot. And then as you keep coming round here, these are the 2 pegs I generally prefer in the winter because of the depth. You've got 3 to 4 foot just off those rushes there that are dying off. And that's where the perch generally patrol is, around them. And you got lots of weed and lily and water iris comes up all along the shoreline here. Dog's having a drink. And here, where this post is sticking out of the water, if the water's at full depth, like it is at the moment, because the water's flowing down the pipe there that's attached to that, I'll zoom in, you'll see it there, then you're talking 7, maybe 7 and a bit foot right next to that pole. That is the deepest part of the lake. So this is where I normally fish, is this peg here in the summer, and you're getting a good 6 foot to 6.5 right out there. But this time, because the water's up a fair bit, you've got a nice flat level here where I'm going to pitch my peg, and I'm going to be fishing to that post. Just taking off my basket so I can actually stand up straight and not be gasping. Weigh a ton, those things. There must be an easier way to get a bad back. So yeah, I'll stand back a bit. So that post there, that's where I'm going to be fishing to. Not right up against it, I'm going to stay off it a good foot or so. But in the summertime, that post and the pipe that comes down from it where the water drains from, you see it getting knocked and battered by fish because of the amount of fish or feed that's on it. You know, there's obviously mollusks and snails and invertebrates and all that all over that post in the summertime, crawling around. And the fish go mad feeding off it. So feeding around there, you're guaranteed fish. This deep bowl is predominantly where the bream tend to sit during the early spring and this time of year. If the bream wake up, you can have a cracking day here. You know, I've had some big bream out of here, believe it or not, upwards of £9. You wouldn't think it, looking at the lake. But they are in here. My biggest bream to date come out of here. And the perch in here, like I say, if you get them, genuine monsters. You know, I've had many a perch out of here between the £2 to £3 mark. I've seen bigger. I was here when a lad had one at 3.15. So there is some big old beasties in here. Chub, Normally get one a year. I don't know what it is about the chub, but I normally get one a year out of here, and they're up to about £4, maybe 5. And they must be old as the hills, those fish. I think they've been in here for donkeys, but they're good fun when you hit them. They're a bit different. And then tench, I've had tench out of here myself up to about £6. I believe there's bigger, but yeah, some good ones in here, some good old tinkers. Roach upwards of £2. Rudd probably up to about £1. And yeah, most of my fishing does come this area here, these 2 pegs. That peg there, the point, as I call it the point because it juts out a bit. When you fish off that point, again, it starts doing the same as it does on the other banking over there. It starts off at 3 to 4 foot. As you come this way, you get towards the 6 foot mark. If you go out towards between the islands, it'll stay 4 foot, maybe 5. And if you go the other side of the point and onwards, you start shallowing off again to that 4 foot to 2 foot mark, depending where you go. In the summertime, of course, all round those rushes over there where you can see the dead rush, waiting for the New Year's growth. Brilliant for perch, brilliant for getting the rudd and roach moving in and out as well. You get some crackers over there, and then over this side as well, you've got the same with the rushes. I always do, you know, if I want to come down for a bit of morning tench, look around, because you will see where they're bubbling. You know, normally it's like a jacuzzi, this lake, in the summer mornings when you come down. Hello, good morning. You do get a lot of that. So that's Lower Fuzzy. That's how it presents itself. Yep, take off. Oh, we won't have to listen to them all day. So yeah, like I say, that's Lower Fuzzy. That's how it presents itself. That's its depth and undulations, like I say. Deepest part, back end of the lake as you come in from the gate. You're going to get up to 7, maybe 8 foot, depending whereabouts you fish here and what time of year. Predominantly 6, 6.5 easy. Other side, shallows. Great for doing drop shotting as well. I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind you doing a bit of drop shotting on here for the perch. But yeah, if you're going to hunt for them, get a prawn on. Anywhere where these rushes are. I'm going to stick one down here when I start fishing anyway. I'm going to put up the float rod, put a prawn down off this shelf here for the perch, and then the pole's going to go out there towards that post. That's going to be my roach and bream line, and we'll see how we get on. And I'll video and show you that later in a different one. Thanking you, and tight lines.